Mm-hmm. Okay.
You are now entering Armbar Audio.
John Kearns, but as you can see, we are not alone. We are joined by our friend Drake Duncan, and we are joined via telephone by our friend the Queen of NE.
Hi, everybody.
All right, and obviously, we are here to discuss the fun yet somewhat lengthy show that was AEW's Double or Nothing. First, I wanted to say, yeah. We have a regular episode this week, so I want to talk about it right now. Rest in peace to Shad Gaspard, who died here in Heroes saving his child from waves of the ocean, and also rest in peace to Stardom wrestler Hannah Kimura. On the Queen's podcast, she always ends the show to tell her listeners to be kind to one another. Here at Armbar Audio, as you know, we always say peace and love to all of you. And right now, in this community, we need more of that kindness and peace and love. Yeah. Because what happened with Hannah should never ever happen. So if anyone is watching this and follows us on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or anything like that, if you have any problem, if you are in need of someone to talk to, our DMs are always open. Always reach out to us. With that said, let's get into the double. The buy-in. Hold on. Because as always, one fucking thing goes unchecked, and it's using the fucking shit mic. As always, one fucking thing goes unchecked. Okay. Alright.
Good.
We're going from the top again. They could still hear Queen's introduction, but if you just want to reiterate what you just said.
All right. Well, the mic wasn't working, so now we got the mic working. Hey, yo. Anyway, what I was saying was, rest in peace to Shad Gaspard, who died a hero's death, saving his son from the ocean's waters. And our rest in peace to Stardom wrestler Hannah Kimura. I wanted to say that at the end of Queen's shows, she always says to be kind to each other. At the end of our shows, we always say peace and love to all of you. And right now in the wrestling community, we need more of that peace, love, and kindness, because what happened with Hannah Kimura should never, ever happen in the world.
Right.
If you need someone to talk to or reach out to, if something's wrong, even if it's in your mind is minor, our DMs are always open. We're here to talk to you. We're here to build a relationship. We just wanted everyone to know that. So with that said, let's get into Double or Nothing with the buy-in Private Party versus the Best Friends for the #1 contendership for the tag team titles. This match had a lot of good spots, a lot of fun, energetic. It was a fun, energetic match. Queen, what did you think?
I wasn't surprised by the outcome. I'm glad that the Best Friends won. It seems like the spot that they should be in to face Kenny and Hangman for the titles. I think the program that they're going to produce is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to have a good time with that. Private Party looked a little bit rusty to me, and they don't normally look like that. So that was a little disappointing. But overall, I thought it was kind of fun. And, man, Isaiah Cassidy rocks awesome shoes.
Yes, he does.
You really do like wrestling fashion, don't you?
I really do. It's my thing with JPQ.
I wonder what you'll have to say about MJF.
I have a lot of things to say about MJF.
Drake, how did you like the buy-in?
I liked it a lot. Just a pretty solid tag team match. I liked that the Best Friends won as well. I liked it a little more. Private Party's good, but it does kind of seem like they weren't as on spot as they normally are. They were kind of little rusties. It was. I enjoyed it. Trent's headband flew off, and that's the first time I've seen that. Now I know why he has it. He had it on, kind of balding a little there, but it looked like Seth Rollins. But it was a really solid match, and I'm glad that they're the number one contenders. I think it was a good pre-show match.
Yeah,
good solid tag team match.
This was a great contest. Definitely had the opening match vibe for sure.
Yeah.
So having this as the buy-in made sense. It was the match that had the least build going in, and was merely an exhibition, but still quite enjoyable.
All right. I agree with all those sentiments. Glad the Best Friends are moving on to the number one contendership, as they've been busting their ass week in and week out.
Hell yeah.
And really creating a name for themselves in AEW. Mm-hmm. The next match, which started the show, which was kind of surprising to me, was the Casino Ladder match. This match was littered with great spots. The first entrant was Kazarian. The second entrant was Scorpio Sky. So we got to see some SCU face-offs. Kip Sabian was third. Darby Allin was fourth. Fifth was Orange Cassidy. Sixth was Colt Cabana. Seventh was Joey Janela. Eighth was Luchasaurus. And the final participant was the mystery
big name
mystery guest, and it was pretty awesome. I listened to your prediction show today, Queen, and you nailed it on the head, didn't you?
I guess so. I kind of feel like everybody thought that this was coming, though. We had some different ideas about who it might be, but I feel like this one was the one that made the most sense once he was cleared to come back. So, I'm excited. We finally have another. Well, let me rephrase that. I'm excited that they're building their bigger men part of AEW's roster. Nice. It's been missing. It's been missing for a while, and having Brian Cage is going to be monumental for them.
Yes, and I'm very, very happy that he has a manager in Taz, because I've always been a Brian Cage fan, but he's never excelled on the mic, and his entrance into the match was just perfect for that character, because Darby was just about to get that casino chip. But Taz comes out. And what is this? Is Taz going to try to help Darby? No. He has brought a destructor to stop Darby. Which I thought was a great piece of storytelling. What else did you think about the match, Queen?
It was chaotic, like you think it would be. I love the addition of Joey Janela, not, of course, because Rey Fenix is hurt, but because Joey Janela belongs in ladder matches and things that go boom. So he's awesome, and it was really fun and energetic, and I thought they all had really good chemistry. I think Orange Cassidy stole the show. I'm not really disappointed that Brian Cage won. I don't know. I'm excited to see what's going to happen next. That chip thing is a little weird. It's kind of large. I thought. I know it had to be bigger, to take down, right? But it's a little weird. But I think I'm more excited about what comes next, more so than the match. But I'm actually really glad it opened the show. It started off things hot, and they had some really good things that they could kind of book out of there as well.
Drake?
It was a fantastic match. A lot of everyone got to showcase their spots and moves and stuff like that. Darby really shined. Orange really shined. I loved the surprise debut of Brian Cage, and Taz as his manager is great. And I love the AEW's bringing back managers, because that's something that WWE's dropped the ball on for a long time now. Other than Paul Heyman. Mm-hmm. And I said, what was his name? Ellering with
Paul Ellering
with the Authors of Pain. So it's really, and I didn't see a whole lot of Brian Cage. You said he's not much of a mic talker, so it's good he's got a mouthpiece. I had a feeling he was going to win since he was a surprise debut. So I'm okay with that decision actually, and I'm also glad that there's more powerhouses now because they were lacking in the powerhouse department. Guys, WWE had guys like Batista, Lesnar, but they do need bigger guys, and it'd be interesting to see him go against Wardlow, Luchasaurus.
We got to see some of that action with Luchasaurus in this match.
He picked him up, dude.
They did a great striking exchange, and he flipped out of a chokeslam from Luchasaurus and powerbombed him into a ladder.
I'm excited to see where this will go, but I loved a lot of the spots. I loved Darby with the skateboard on top of the ladder. That was great. And I loved when they all buried Brian Cage underneath all the crap and the barriers, and he's like, where'd he go? He got like a shiner, man. He got his eye was all. But a lot of great spots. It was a really fun and entertaining match. I was pleased by basically all of it.
John, what did you think about the involvement of Penelope Ford and Jimmy Havoc?
God, that was funny.
I think that it further proves that Kip Sabian can do nothing on his own. And he can't even win with the help. So, having Jimmy Havoc should have been in the match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really missed having Jimmy Havoc somewhere on this card. Right. Especially with all the hardcore stuff that happened.
I agree with you.
Yeah. And seeing...
they could have had him in there.
Seeing Darby Allin with the skateboard gave me the thought, wrestling fans need to start a petition to have Darby Allin be an unlockable character in the Tony Hawk Pro Skater remaster. Yeah. That needs to happen. And the only thing I missed, I wanted a coffin drop off of the ladder. We kind of got one onto Brian Cage, but I wanted through a table or through another ladder, something like that.
Yeah, I thought... like you said, Queen, Orange Cassidy did have a great showing. I loved how he climbed up the ladder on Cage's back and how he fought off Ford and Kip Sabian on the ladder. I really wanted Darby to win because his notoriety in AEW keeps skyrocketing. But with the addition with Cage with Taz, you were also talking about what's going to happen with the casino chip. I have a feeling that there's going to be a program with Darby Allin trying to get that casino chip off of Cage. Ooh. What do you think, Queen?
That would be very interesting. I love Darby Allin, and I really want him to do big things. I just don't know if now's the right time, y'all. I think they have a lot of irons in the fire with other people, and I think we're going to build and build and build Darby Allin until it's like we're ravenous for him to have the title, and then we'll finally get that moment with Pyro and all the craziness, and hopefully by that point, maybe next year, some fans. But I don't know. It's tough. Maybe they'll be in a program together trying to take that chip. It'd be cool. It'd be cool if they had that, what do you call that, stipulation for that chip that it could be taken.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the next match.
Slow build with Darby. I actually think it is a good idea.
Yeah.
Because by the time he gets the title, we're gonna love it. Kind of like they did with Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah. We're gonna talk about the salt of the earth.
MJF versus Joe Boy Jack Perry.
Joe Boy.
MJF came out wearing a fantastic coat, jacket, vest thing.
Great.
This was a really good back and forth wrestling match. There was a lot of mat wrestling, and Jungle Boy did do some suicide dives and a tope con hero. There was a vicious looking poison Rana on the apron.
Yeah.
But MJF did win in a exchange of roll-ups. What did you think about this match, Queen?
This was the best wrestling match for me of the night. I just think that they have excellent chemistry. It's one of those things where you could just kind of watch them fight forever and fight over and over again without it be boring. Plus, Jungle Boy if you've seen him on the Indies before he came to AEW, he has so much potential, and he's super charismatic, and without doing without saying very much, really is what I mean. He's really engaging, and I feel like his stock rose so high in this match, or after this match, with a lot of people, and I just think that, like, even though he lost, it's not really a loss, and it went to the right person. MJF should win at this juncture, and Jungle Boy looks great.
Drake?
I agree with a lot of that. I was on the fence. I didn't really know who I wanted to win because I like them both a lot. MJF, you got one of the best heels today. And then Jack Perry, I agree. He has so much charisma without even really doing that much talking.
Right.
He's just got the look. He's got the it factor, as McMahon's like to say, the it factor. I really thought it was a solid, great, a wrestling match. I agree. It might be the most solid, just proper wrestling match of the night. With like limited spots and stuff like that. Really great exchange. Like I said, Jack's made star. Great baby face. He's going to be the future of the company in the industry. MJF, great heel, going to be future of the company. But I kind of, as the match was progressing, I kind of wanted Jungle Boy to win. But MJF's got that undefeated streak, right? So you might as well keep dragging that out for a while. I mean, it just makes people hate him even more. So,
definitely.
So screw it, just drag it out. So yeah, really great match. I'm okay with the outcome. The sky's the limit for these guys, years to come.
Yeah, I'm also okay with the outcome. MJF was my pick on our prediction show. MJF really is, and you both said it, but I'll reiterate it, he really is one of the top heels in wrestling today. And Jungle Boy and Marco and Luchasaurus are all top faces. And every time I see them together, all I can think is I'm waiting for the announcement of the Trios title. If it's going to happen in any big American promotion, it's going to be AEW. Because they have so many trios. But right now, a lot of those people are stuck in other countries and whatnot. But Jungle Boy, man, he really is. He's the future.
All right. On to one of the bigger matches of the evening, the TNT Championship match. Cody versus Lance Archer. And boy, did this one start off hot. Archer came to the ring with a sweet-ass mask and beat somebody down from the back to the ring. He hit a blackout on Cody immediately.
Classic Archer.
There was a point where Cody went to do a Cody cutter and he hit a big pounce on it. Archer hit a big pounce on Cody. There was a great spot where Cody DDT'd Archer in front of Jake, and then Jake went nuts, and then Archer hit a spine buster to Cody in front of Arn. Eventually, Arn and Jake got ejected by Mike Tyson. The end of the match, I thought Archer was going to win, but the company man, Cody Rhodes, takes it. What did you think? What did you think, Queen?
This is where the pay-per-view took a turn for me. I like in Lance Archer. I thought his performance in the match was excellent, but I didn't like this. I don't think this match needed a belt whatsoever. This transcends that. These two are top tier. Your main heavyweight talent at the top of your card, and you have them fighting in the TNT Championship. Now, whether or not this was supposed to happen because of COVID is another story, but I just think that it just didn't need to happen. And I don't like that Cody won the title either. I just don't. I don't like it.
Drake?
I don't know. I actually thought the match was pretty good. I agree that they didn't really need a title, but I actually was wondering that myself too, if they made this that tournament and the title because of COVID. I think there was always in the works that they were going to have a mid-card title, but it seemed kind of rushed now. But in a way, I actually think that Cody needed the win only because, at least kayfabe wise, he can't go for the title again, so they say. because he ruined his chance at Full Gear, and then he lost at Revolution against MJF.
Yeah.
So I actually think he needed a win. You know, I mean, because Cody's a credible wrestler, top talent, and at least along the lines of kayfabe and believability, I think that he needed a title to kind of restore some of his credibility. You know. And Lance Archer, I think it was this was his pay-per-view debut, I think,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
I think it was an impressive showing.
Definitely.
I don't think he really needs a title though either. John and I were saying that he might go after Moxley, which
Yeah.
I think that would be interesting. I think it creates a nice little narrative.
Dude, he owes Moxley a receipt for that death match in Japan.
And now you said Shawn Spears and Cody can have.
Yeah, Shawn Spears and Cody is the built-in storyline for this TNT
Yes.
title right now.
So
That's the only reason that I'm sort of okay with how it went down.
yeah,
Queen kind of alluded to the title being not needed or whatever, and Drake, you mentioned mid-card title. But, John, during the show, you mentioned that this isn't a mid-card title.
They're not treating it as a mid-card title, but to me, personally, this is a title that would make sense to put on a guy like Janela or Darby Allin.
Yeah.
Or not like... The only reason Cody has this belt is because he can't, in kayfabe-wise, can't go for the world
that's what
title.
I was thinking,
Yeah.
and I think he needed a victory
And
on a pay-per-view.
you mentioned that it felt rushed. Well, we pretty much got it confirmed that it was rushed because JR said that the title belt that they presented isn't even the actual title belt.
Yeah.
It's a placeholder for when the real one is finished.
I did think that Mike Tice was kind of random, but I actually liked it when he was out there with Jake the Snake and Orange. Just all of them being out
I
there.
wanted them to fight, though.
I know, I really I thought something was going to happen. I was a little disappointed with that. I thought there was going to be like an old man fight. I was really jonesing for the old man
Either
fight.
that or I wanted to see Archer and Mike Tyson just beat the shit out of each
Yeah,
other.
I thought it was going to happen. I thought like Mike was going to knock out both Jake and Archer.
Yeah.
Yeah, they needed to capitalize more on Mike Tyson.
Yeah, they kind of dropped the ball with Mike. They didn't really do anything with him, man.
The match itself was perfect.
Yeah.
But it's just...
There was a couple things
everything
might have
surrounding
did
it
wrong.
was just weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it kind of...
We got to let this
Do you
story
think
breathe,
that it
you know?
hurts Archer's momentum that he lost to Cody, Queen?
No, I don't think so. Not at all.
Yeah,
I think he's just going to be fine.
Yeah.
And what I meant before about the tournament was I don't think that the finals were going to be this per se. Like,
Yeah.
if they had access to their full roster, it'd be different. Like, they were always going to have this tournament. But, I mean, it's a television title. Like, does Cody really need to have the television title? He's on TV all the damn time anyway in 15 different storylines. Put him in one of those.
That is a good point.
Yeah, and like... Ideally, the finals of this tournament would have been Darby and Sammy, but they wound up on the same side of the bracket.
Yeah.
They did. And I
Well,
mean,
what the hell
Sammy's
is that all
busy with
about?
the inner circle, and like I get
Sure.
that, and they'll get down there on the road, but I don't know. I just feel like this match was such a big deal. And like for me, if you put them in that, like, let's just say, and eventually when Cody does challenge for the world title, you know, let's say it was that, you'd have the exact same match, right?
Yeah.
It's that high caliber. So I get it. I mean, if you don't want your TV title to be your mid card, that's fine. Like, let whomever challenge for it and build it and have a good time with it. You know, in one sense, it makes sense to have Cody do it because, you know, that's your guy. But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's a little predictable. And I don't know. I'd like something a little unpredictable from Cody. I like him losing. It's different. It makes him desperate. I like desperate
True.
Cody.
See, I thought it was more predictable for Archer to win because Cody always puts the other guy over. That's why I picked Archer to win.
Well, I actually predicted Cody was going to win this time because I figured he lost so many times that he needed this win. And also, I understand where she's coming from, but remember also they put some people might have not liked Jericho being the inaugural champion, but they made him the inaugural champion because he wanted to build it. I think maybe they're doing the similar thing with Cody and this TNT title, and eventually more deserving guys like Darby or Sammy would get it.
I'm
You know
going to
what I mean?
say this...
Is that a good point?
Yeah, definitely. This is a title that needs to be on Jungle Boy.
Yeah. Jungle Boy, Darby, Sammy, any of them, but definitely Darby or Jungle Boy for sure.
I think, but I like what Drake said about Cody being the one to build this title up.
Like Jericho did with the World
Yeah.
title. That's just my thought on it. And
That does make a little more sense.
Yeah, that's good stuff. The next match we had was Penelope Ford subbing in for the injured Britt Baker.
One of multiple audibles called.
Yeah. subbing in for the injured Britt Baker against the alien Chris Statlander.
From what galaxy?
From the Andromeda Galaxy.
I can't pronounce that shit. I'm like, the androgynous galaxy? I don't even know.
That's where Gold Dust is from.
Queen, I kind of felt that this match was meh. How about you?
I actually thought they did a great job considering the circumstances, and poor Britt Baker. That sucks for her. She was on an upward trend here after turning heel and finally getting some momentum behind her, and I feel terrible about it. I think Penelope Ford is held back a lot by Kip Sabian. Like, I know that in real life they're engaged and whatever, and God bless you, but why is he coming out on crutches all taped up? Girl, you don't need him. Penelope Ford is a badass. She can. She is so athletic and super fun to watch in the ring, and she's being held back, and she has been since she's been brought to this company. In just my opinion, because they've had her as a valet and as a part-time wrestler as opposed to a full-time wrestler. I think if you saw her more, and the wider audience saw her more, it would feel a little bit different. But Chris Statlander is a freaking star. Yeah. I highly recommend, if you haven't seen it, to watch her versus Chris Dickinson from GCW's, Joey Janela's Escape from LA. Yeah. That woman is unfreaking real. Like, she picked up Nyla Rose on last week's Dynamite, and she's a super powerhouse. There's big things in her future, and I think that's what this match showed. Was it the best women's match? No, but it was definitely better than past women's matches they've had on their pay-per-view cards. So I'll take progress.
Yeah, it definitely was more of a progress match. Did you ever see the match she had with Kimberly in a cage from Beyond?
Sure did.
That was a damn good match. Chris Statlander is a star, and I'm glad she picked up the win. Drake, what did you think about this match?
I thought it was a decent match, but I wasn't fully invested in it because I was expecting Britt Baker. And I don't know, maybe I need to rewatch it, but I'm not totally sold on Penelope Ford, but but I do like Chris Statlander a lot.
Penelope Ford in the Indies was fantastic.
See, I didn't see her indie stuff, so.
But like Queen said, she has been held back as being a valet, and on Dynamite, in the past couple Dynamites, you could tell she was a little rusty, but in this match, she hit her spots pretty damn well, especially that Rana off the top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she definitely looked better in this match than she did in the Fatal 4-Way on this past week's Dynamite.
You mean the tag match?
The
Fatal 4-Way was the week.
The tag match. And Penelope Ford, since you don't know much, if you give her a chair or a table or a ladder or a barbed wire baseball bat, she's hardcore. They should.
I'd like to see some hardcore women's matches.
They should capitalize on that. They should. She helped Joey Janela win a death match once.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, she did, and it was fantastic. Can I let y'all in on a little secret?
What's that?
Sure.
So, 2 days ago now, Sunday, 2 days ago, Brandy Rhodes hosted AEW Heels, which is going to be a women's fan group, which is going to be interacting with the women of AEW as well. And one of the things that we got to talking about is we did a little poll and a vote about what we wanted to see next from the ladies, and we all voted for a ladder match. So, hey, maybe it's not so far out of the future that we might see something like that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I could see the next title match being a ladder match.
Oh, dope.
When we talk about what happened with that title match.
Yes, because Chris Statlander is the number 2 spot, a.k.a. the number 1 contender.
That's right.
The next match we had was Dustin versus Shawn Spears. And this was kind of let me up match. It was a funny time. Shawn Spears' new gimmick actually makes me kind of care about him. I've never cared about Shawn Spears in my life, whether it was in AEW or elsewhere.
I'm still riding that Shawn Spears
Me too,
train.
dude. I liked it.
But I thought the comedy was good and the right man won. What did you think, Queen?
I could have done without this personally, but I will say that Sean Spears is better in this gimmick than he has been the whole time. Though him in a suit doesn't work for me. I don't like that.
I don't think it fit him.
It did not fit him at all, and I was like, "Boy, what is going on with you? Like, this is a mess. What's happening?" I thought for a second that it was one of those suits that like tore away,
That's what I thought too.
And I was like,
Party
"Oh, there's
boy.
something underneath there. Like, what's he
Party
doing?"
boy. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
And there clearly was something underneath there, and that
Tully Blanchard's face.
Tully Blanchard underwear, and I don't know why we had to have his pants pulled down though. Like, why?
Yeah,
That was weird.
Why did Dustin have to show his ass and spank him?
No, come on now.
Okay, are we going to pretend that Dustin Rhodes just now became a freak?
No, of course not. I just don't need it in AEW, honey.
Like, this is payback for 20, 30 years ago now. For Goldust getting
25
stripped
years.
down, and they made him wear fucking lingerie. Like, this is payback for that.
I just realized
Years later.
Goldust's character is almost 25 years old.
Yeah.
Because it was like 96.
He's been around for a long time.
I thought the match
One of the best.
was hilarious. I mean, I probably could have done without it too, but I ended up laughing my ass off. It was.
I think Tully Blanchard is Sean Spears is going to get a phone call from Tully Blanchard.
Yeah, that
Boy, what the hell was that?
it was just like getting like half naked. I thought it was hilarious. It was very good, like comedy relief. And I always liked Sean Spears. As Ty Dillinger in NXT.
Yeah.
When you liked him too. I like the 10 thing. Got a little annoying when the fans do it all the time, you know. But
Yeah.
you have to make a.
That's what happens. You
There's a
you
good
do
thing,
something cool.
and they screw it up.
I mean, these are fans that have chanted CM Punk for 10 years.
And what? For 18 years?
That have chanted CM Punk for 10 years and then called him a sellout when he took a job.
Yeah.
Like,
But it was just a fun little comedy match.
Yeah.
It wasn't like really important to the card, but I still enjoyed it. And I'm glad that Dustin won, got some of his credibility back a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Because obviously, you know, he's a veteran, wants to put people over too, so he's going to lose a lot, you know. But put the young talent over and stuff. But you know, it didn't hurt Sean Spears losing. You know, I mean,
Yeah, it
he's
didn't
already
hurt
kind
Sean
of a goofy
Spears,
character.
and
If you're a
I do
goofy
think-
character, it works. Like
yeah.
tonight, the stuff he did reminded me a lot of remember Santino Marella.
Yeah.
The shit he did was.
But yeah, this was fine for what it was. But it is now time for Dustin Rhodes to get back on track and start hanging out with QT Marshall again and get that tag
QT
team shit
Marshall.
going.
I wish he would tag with Sonny Kiss. Forget QT
Yes.
Marshall.
I wish Sonny
agree.
Kiss was the official team because on AEW Dark, I think at least once, maybe twice, they teamed up and it was magic.
It was magic, and they have matching gear and everything.
I was just gonna say they
I
had
actually
matching
didn't see
gear.
that.
I loved it. Speaking of matching gear, I loved it when Dustin teamed with the Young Bucks and had the Young Bucks pants
And I
on.
want to see Sonny Kiss on my
Oh, yeah.
on my TV more than I want to see QT Marshall.
I want to see Sonny Kiss on TV. God damn it!
Me too.
That's why one of the reasons I love Lucha Underground. Anyway,
It's like he's one of the people that's like just delegated to AEW Dark.
and I don't
it
know why.
sucks.
Next is the Women's Championship. No DQ, no countout. Hikaru Shida versus Native Beast Nyla Rose. This was a very big surprise for me and was
Me as
probably my match of the night until the last match.
Yeah.
Queen, what are your thoughts on this?
This was awesome. This was awesome. It was also my match of the night until the end. Nyla, we could say a lot of things about Nyla, being a little bit green and all that stuff, but she shows out on pay-per-views. Her match with Riho for the title was excellent. This one was better, and that match with Riho was excellent. So that says a lot. I really think that she has improved a lot. She looked great, and she'd have looked 10 million times better, which she should. She does unbelievable. I encourage you, anybody listening, to go and watch some of her stuff from other promotions in Japan. You will be blown away by her talent. Just familiarize yourself with your new champion because she is a huge freaking deal. And I'm so, so glad. She was on freaking fire in this match. She looked every inch a champion. And we're going to get a real strong fighting babyface champ. And I'm thrilled.
Very
You're
well
here.
said. I also thought it was a fantastic match. I figured the match would be good, but I didn't think it was going to be amazing as it was. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. They both had a great outing. They both looked strong. There was a couple times there at the end. I thought when Nyla kept kicking out, I'm like, damn! Like I thought like that was it. You know,
Yeah.
I've marked out a little bit. You know,
We were marking out this match and the last match. We all were marking out.
I was acting like a little kid, like on Christmas Day. And
That last match was the markout match for sure.
But this match was really, really good. I like the spots. I like the hardcore violence. You know, I was wanting to know why she didn't hit Nyla harder with the cane. Like she was hitting her kind of light, and then she hit her really hard at the end, and it broke the cane. And I think that's why they did that. I think she hit her light because she said, "I don't want to break it early. I have to break it."
She only has one. She only has one.
No, I know. She just kept bringing out new canes and hitting her hard as shit. Because this is a pay-per-view. I want the violence. Okay, I won't talk like Vince again.
The blood.
I want the blood and the violence. Actually,
Blood and guts.
Speaking of, I can't wait till blood and guts. We probably won't get to like 2023. But it was a great match. And
It's going to be worth the wait.
I do need to watch more indie stuff. I am kind of like, I'm not a big indie guy, but I need to go back and watch. If you guys suggest and say somebody's good, I take your word for it. So I'm going to try to familiarize myself whenever I'm not lazy.
So,
good match, though.
I think this was the best singles female match in AEW so far.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that,
definitely
100%.
And going off of what Queen said about Nyla showing out on pay-per-views, might have to start calling her Big Match Nyla.
Big Max Jones.
So, I'll tell you what, that final crack with the kendo stick was brutal. Man. And the knee shot. That knee. And,
I took an arrow to the knee.
Arrow to the knee.
Yeah, sorry.
Sheeta getting thrown through the poker table was hilarious and a good spot.
Oh, yeah, that was a great spot, too. I almost forgot about that. That was great.
So much good stuff in this match to talk about. But I will just wrap it all in a nice little package by saying I'm very pleased with our new champion. And this is what I was talking about when I said Chris Statlander versus Hikaru Shida in a ladder match for the women's title would be amazing.
Beautiful.
Well, Tony Khan in the media scrum just said that ladder matches are in the future for the ladies. So there you go.
Nice.
There it is.
And it's crazy thinking just like a few years ago, like WWE had the first ever
And I want to say,
Money in the Bank. Yeah.
those media scrums that Tony Khan does after these pay-per-views, genius.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Tony Khan is so smart.
You said something about Chris Statlander being able to lift Nyla Rose. We have now seen Shida lift her twice. This time, an avalanche Falcon Arrow, which was bbadass. And once I saw that, I was like, all right, they got to put the title on Shida.
I was so impressed
now,
by that.
What you were saying, John, Chris Statlander versus Shida, I like them as a tag team. I like their friendship. I want to see Statlander win the title. I don't want it to be against Shida.
Well, she's the number one contender, so what are you going to do about it?
That's what I'm saying. I don't like the idea
She could lose it in a triple threat.
of face versus
Well,
face.
Everything resets now. So
Yeah.
while she is the number one contender, they can, and they're going to have to, because Britt Baker is out, and, Nyla will do whatever Nyla does now that she's lost.
Yeah.
And, they're going to work with whomever they have in the women's roster is what they're going to have to do. So we'll see who kind of steps up. It's going to be interesting.
I think Shida's going to hold on for a while. And
I hope so.
I did
should.
think her versus Britt Baker was the best AEW match until tonight. As far as the women's go.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Solid.
The next match on the card was for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. The self-proclaimed heavyweight champion, Mr. Brody Lee, versus the actual champion, Jon Moxley. Jon Moxley really built up this match on the microphone and about a hailstorm of violence and this and that, and it kind of was violent. I mean, there was a lot of back and forth and dodges and reversals. There was one big moment where he paradigm shifted Brody Lee through the ramp, which was kind of cool. We haven't seen that in a while. Reminded me of Taz and Bam Bam Bigelow.
ECW.
Back in ECW.
Forgot about that almost.
I feel like this match could have been much better than it was. What did you think, Queen?
It definitely could have been better than it was. I feel like this, of all the matches on this card, I feel like this was the one that suffered the most from the pandemic situation, because they didn't have a proper build. On paper, you have your anti-hero rebel champion, and then you have the Exalted One, who's supposed to be like this crazy badass, like psycho character who's coming in to, screw everything up. And they didn't have enough time to kind of flesh that out. And, they did what they needed to do, and I thought it hit really well. Actually, I thought Moxley looked excellent in this match. I thought it was a perfect mixture of his WWE, New Japan, and AEW personas kind of all together. It was nice to see.
I can agree with that,
Yeah.
actually. He's kind of like the full package now.
Mm-hmm.
I did like the finish to the match.
Yes, me as well.
It left Brody to still look strong because he didn't tap, he didn't get pinned. So, if you're listening to this, he got choked out by Moxley after like 3 paradigm shifts, which was awesome. Drake, what were your thoughts on the match?
Paige actually brought up an interesting point. How come when they choke someone out, they don't do the arm raise anymore? You know what I mean? 1, 2. Then...
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was a little weird.
Yeah, because I was, they don't. I don't know. They treat it like it's like an actual like MMA fight or something. However, I liked the match. I actually liked the match a lot, but I can also agree that I think because of like the pandemic, they could have built it more. It did seem a little rushed, a little random. But yeah, I still liked it, but they could have done more. I like a lot of the brawling, because like both of these guys are brawlers or strikers,
Right.
hitters. They're down and dirty, and I was big fans of both of these guys. WWE. I love Dean Ambrose. I love Luke Harper. So I naturally love these guys like before they came to AEW. But yeah, it's nice to see them though in a non-WWE environment, finally living up to their full potential without, Vince and writers holding them back. So, like, even though, it could have been better, but I still like to see them, uncensored and, like, doing their own thing, like, without...
Oh, yeah. I
without
mean,
the WWE.
it's definitely better than the WWE version of this match.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. And they've had good, decent matches as Ambrose and Harper.
Yeah.
But it's just nice to see them as their true form, so to speak. And even though the match it was good, it could have been better. The end spot really made up for it with the ramp and the blood. I love that. Can't even do blood WWE anymore, for God's sakes.
I will say, after this match, I was feeling sleepy. I was feeling tired. But man, I got picked right back up when this match ended. And we got what we got afterwards.
What did you think of the match itself?
The match itself,
Put him to sleep.
I agree. It kind of did put me to sleep
you
a
weren't
little
a big
bit.
fan? Okay.
I do agree. Could have been better. I also agree that it was better than I thought it was going to be. With the lack of build to it.
So it's kind of somewhere in murky waters. Huh?
Yeah, Luke Harper, or not Luke Harper, Brody Lee,
Oops.
definitely random choice for a challenger for Mox for this pay-per-view.
Who else did they have?
They could have put MJF in this spot instead of having him face Jungle Boy, but that match ended up being awesome. I think could have just had the Jericho rematch, but Jericho ended up being in the Stadium Stampede.
Yeah.
Could have had Hangman in this match, but Hangman ended up being in the Stadium Stampede. Could have had Omega in this match, but had to be
Wardlow. I don't know. They didn't do
or
it.
the Fucking Brian Cage, dude. No.
Well, I'm a little biased because I've always loved these guys. So like I
mean, yeah.
said I loved it,
Yeah.
but like it probably wasn't as.
I
good.
loved seeing Mox back in my ring. I'll say that.
Absolutely.
In your ring.
In my ring.
Oh shit!
Get out of my ring.
Wait, you got some of that con money? You
Yeah.
better give me some.
That's my.
Fuck, man.
This is.
He has all these.
And
He said this show is for the people.
Oh, you fucking.
What, man?
Give me some of that con money.
I don't know. It's in my.
Anyway,
it's in my
It's in the
offshore.
bank.
the final match.
It's in my offshore bank account.
The final match of the evening.
Let me tell you. We could do a podcast just about this match. We really could. This was the most chaotic thing I've ever seen.
It was
Yeah.
something else.
The Stadium Stampede. Much better than the Manitoba Melee.
To be fair, that was on Flim Flam.
TikTok, man, whatever.
It was on Flim Flam.
I don't
It's their version of TikTok, damn it. You just you accept.
I
it.
didn't understand. I thought the Flim Flam was the dance.
No, Flim Flam was the actual platform that it was on.
Oh.
Okay, actually, I think I was confused too. I don't
Yeah.
even know anymore. I thought-
So there was a number of fantastic spots. There was
Why am I
a
the
number
PT?
of fantastic moments.
Historian.
Queen, what were some of yours?
Oh my goodness. Well, I think that Matt jumping off of the goalpost is just something that you'll remember.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hangman entering on the horse for the second time. By the
John
way,
called that, by the way.
so dope. I really think that the bar scene actually with him, Hager, and
I
Kenny
love that.
was dope. Matt Hardy is Matt Hardy. What else can you say about that? That whole sequence in the pool was insane.
The Lake of Reincarnation!
Yes, indeed.
The smaller than average
that
Lake
was
of
dope.
Reincarnation.
Sammy getting chased by a golf cart again was dope. But I mean,
Yes.
ultimately, like, how do you top the ending? You don't. A one-winged angel from the best bout machine all the way down onto that platform. Like, psh, it's over. You're done. It's perfect. Nothing beats it. It's one of the best things I've seen. It's a little bit of DDT Pro brought in American way, and somewhere in Japan, Ibushi is just like, so good.
He's getting wet. Golden lovers.
Yeah.
Right.
I know some shit. And apparently he had his birthday recently. Huh?
Yeah, I think it was yesterday or the day
Happy
before.
birthday, Kodo.
I loved it. I was like a little kid on Christmas. There's so many spots.
Yeah.
I was cracking up. I
We're
was howling.
screaming.
And it makes you wonder, speaking of Matt Hardy, would we even have matches like this? Wasn't for the original Final Deletion
Yeah.
2016. That was kind of like the spearhead of like the start of these
Yeah.
cinematic matches. And let's be honest, WWE took a page out of the book and was copied them. Look at the Boneyard match. Look at
They
Bray.
always copy people.
Look at Bray Wyatt and Cena. Do you remember the Wyatts versus New Day?
They do. They always copy people, but they're the only company that doesn't get called out for it.
We're calling them
Oh,
out
I
right
call
now.
him out all the time.
I mean, we do.
Yeah,
We do.
I'm
But,
talking
like-
about the Cretans on Twitter.
Yeah.
But
But I
we
still,
ignore them.
despite that, I still ended up being entertained by what they did at Mania with the Boneyard thing and Cena
Yeah.
and White. But then, but Tim, it's all making a point. Don't rush me. But then the stadium match.
Yeah, he's not the fucking TNT title over here.
Yeah, everything I say has a reason, and I come back to a point. So, because
It might take a while, but he'll get. No,
yeah, because I talked about that because, like I said, the cinematic, because this is like one of them cinematic matches, and
Yeah.
it was hilarious, and I loved all the spots. Every spot that you named with the, was it Nick or Matt that jumped off the football?
Matt Jackson.
That was awesome. The table spot. Matt Hardy or Damascus, whoever he was in the pool, that was hilarious.
First he was Damascus.
Him taping up Ortiz in a chair.
The chair of wheels.
The chair of wheels.
How about the matter of facts?
The matter of facts.
With
Oh,
the-
yeah,
the
brought back the
facts.
Matt
That was one of my
facts.
favorite moments. I was forgotten.
With the
about it.
fucking version 1 jacket. Oh my god.
Yeah, the Matitude
Literally,
facts.
everything that happened in this match had us going, oh my god! Like, we all sounded like Joey fucking Styles watching this match.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah, there was just so many fun moments, and the match lasted like at least a half hour.
Yeah.
I love the Hangman coming on the horse. It's funny, John called that. He's like, "Where's Hangman?" Like, what if he comes in on a horse? And then literally on cue, he came out on a horse.
And then his granddad said, and he should run and Sammy Guevara over. And as soon as bam, he went.
He got hit. He chased with the horse. He got chased with a car. I love the bar scene because it almost seemed like him.
Sammy Guevara can't catch a fucking break, dude.
You know?
No, he shouldn't.
I just loved how it was like a movie, man. I loved it, and they did it so much better.
I loved the Jericho. Jericho.
Oh, he threw the red flag. It was so hilarious.
I'm challenging the call.
I'm challenging it. Bullshit. And she goes back to the truck.
You're doing really good, Jericho, dude.
Thank you. Tim knows how I am impersonating.
Yeah, we both, yeah.
And Aubrey actually went and reviewed the tape. Oh my god.
You're a terrible ref.
Yeah. This is bullshit. I'll probably watch it like 100 more times.
The inner circle in the football gear.
Yes, absolutely. They have to sell those jerseys. Yeah. Please sell those jerseys.
Queen. And
it was sweet.
Any more thoughts, Queen, before I continue?
Oh my goodness! I mean, what else can we say? It was a perfect ending to a pay-per-view, and it left everybody talking, and that's what you want.
Like, I don't know if wrestling fans are going to be able to sleep tonight after what we got at the end of this show.
And, I'm definitely going to sleep.
I'm going to sleep. But
and the stereotypical when he slammed who slammed who down the bar? You said it was like an 80s action movie. Yeah. It was like watching an 80s comedy action film.
It was an 80s bar fight, dude.
I loved how they poured each other a drink, one with whiskey and one with milk.
Oh yeah, milk and whiskey.
How about when Hager came into the bar and he sat next to Hangman and they poured drinks and
Hangman was like, "You looking for a fight?"
Good shit.
And Jake Hager goes,
"Fantastic."
And Jake Hager goes, "Yep."
It was one of the
most slammed the cup down and they started fighting.
It was one of the most highly entertaining and highly original things I've ever seen.
So crazy.
Yeah, and that's why I was comparing it to the WWE stuff because it's like the cinematic stuff. This is like a newer kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we weren't sure if it was live
it's all
or pre-tape.
I think
Matt Hardy revealed that it was probably taped.
There had to have been at least parts that.
And it's funny because I actually predicted as soon as Matt went in the water, I'm like, watch him come out. Watch something different. It happened.
Jericho tweeted something earlier today that it was the best thing he's ever been involved with. So I think that it was not live, but
yeah, they definitely pre-recorded it.
It was pre-recorded,
but it was so entertaining. It doesn't matter if there's no fans if it's live or not.
We have now 100% confirmation that Sammy Guevara is indestructible. He is a threat that must be neutralized.
Yeah.
We have seen him get his jaw shattered with a super kick. We have seen him be run over by a golf cart. We have seen him get slammed through a platform from, it looked like at least a 20-foot drop.
Matt Hardy broke his neck.
Matt Hardy slammed his neck in a neck brace into a chair. Sammy Guevara
boot twice.
Sammy Guevara is like a jobber that wins matches.
Yeah,
he just gets annihilated and comes back. He's a very
interesting character. I like him.
Okay, ending the show. Queen, where do you think AEW goes from here?
Up and up, honey. Up and up. All signs are up. Or as the Street Profits would say, right? Profits are up. Things are going to be good for them. We got a lot of interesting things. Some feuds closing, others opening. I think we're going to have a very interesting show on Wednesday as the post-show to this pay-per-view. I think we have, seeing Brian Cage on television is going to be very interesting for the first time with Taz. Yeah. Where we'll get a little explanation more so than their post-match video that they put out. We're going to get a real something, and that's going to be a treat. And, we're going to kind of see where they're going to take the direction of the TNT Championship. So they have a lot of things to kind of flesh out,
Did you just think of something?
I just thought of something.
John just thought of something.
Taz needs to end all promos about Brian Cage with the words, survive if he lets you.
Oh, that's good, dude. That's good. I like that.
Because of his old promo.
Because of survive if I let you.
Yeah.
That's
Hey, can you
right.
That was in his song.
Can
It
you
used
see,
to be.
Can you see them two going head to head with Archer and Snake too? I know
Oh my
it'll
God,
be heel
yes.
and heel, but I
Oh,
actually
it's
like,
coming.
I
Yeah.
like heel versus heel matches, man.
Yeah.
You know? That's gonna be, and it's seeing the old managers, seeing managers again, especially like legends. It's beautiful. I love it.
I agree.
Maybe they should
September
get an annual.
5th. September 5th is All Out.
All out.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
we will be looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
Queen, do you
Absolutely.
have anything you want to plug? Anything you want to talk about?
Actually, I would. Now that you brought up All Out, I started 2 days ago the All Out Challenge. So last year it was Full Gear, the Full Gear Challenge, and I thought this year we can make it the All Out Challenge. So starting officially today, Sunday, which is after the pay-per-view, we're going to be going hard on all of our goals, whatever those are, and I'm going to try to get as many people involved as possible. So whatever you're doing, whether it's diet, exercise, mental health, whatever, put the hashtag All Out Challenge in your tweets and let the community see what you're up to. We're trying to spread some positivity out here. And that's basically what I got going
Yeah,
on.
definitely.
And,
We need that
some
positivity.
Absolutely, good stuff.
Well, Queen, thank you for being on our show.
Thank you.
It was
Thank
once
you for
again a
having me.
great time talking to you. Drake, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, it's been too.
It's been too
It's a
long.
long time coming, man.
Long
I don't know
time
why
coming.
it's been so long. Things just happen. Life happens. Now I'm here, baby.
John, thank you for being you. And
What are you doing, Orange Cassidy thumb? Get the hell out of here.
Wherever you
I'm like,
are.
what's wrong with your thumb, dude? The fuck you do?
wherever you are in the world, whether it's morning, noon, or night, you have a great one, and peace and
You gotta
love
get in on
to all
on
of
this
you.
too.
Bang!